Hi Latricia, thank you so much for posting your introduction video. I really enjoyed watching it. I think it's fascinating that you're going into criminal justice. That's always a really wonderful field, and you do so much good work for the community, for society at large, for humanity as a whole. That's wonderful. That's something I could never really do myself because I'm not a big fan of that side of humanity. I'm like a permanently optimistic person, and I would really struggle with that kind of stuff day to day. So kudos to you. It's super important that that happens. So thank you so much for pursuing the degree you are. When it comes to your presentation, I really liked the flow. The speed was good. The rhythm was good. I felt like you were perhaps looking at the video on the screen right below the actual recording part right there. So like right below. So I couldn't feel like I was connecting with you visually, so that's one thing. And then another thing I felt there was occasional like filler words, which I myself am guilty of, like the word like or etc. There's a few that were in there, but aside from that, it was really good, really solid presentation, especially because you said, maybe public speaking isn't something you're such a big fan of, and that's perfectly okay. Other than that, I felt you did a wonderful job, and thank you so much for sharing your background. When it comes to your question about the scariest thing you've ever done, I am a thrill seeker in a really interesting way, in that I also have a lot of fears, but I go to incredibly strange and very far out extremes to overcome them. However, those aren't the scariest things I've been through. For example, I've gone cave diving and I've gone skydiving a couple of times, and those were great and those were fun. But the scariest thing I've ever actually overcome was my fear of being hospitalized, my fear of being really sick. I was hospitalized in Chicago about a month ago for 2 days, and I essentially had this like stroke-like symptoms, and it was horrifying. We had no idea what happened, no idea what had caused what I'd gone through. And I was thinking about, was it skydiving that was scarier, or diving off cliffs, or going in caves? But really the fear of imminent demise and not knowing what's medically wrong with you is, I think, the scariest thing I've ever overcome. I'm since fine and nothing else has happened, so we're just going to pretend that everything's gravy. We're going to assume I'm fine, and that's what the doctors say, so fingers crossed that nothing like that ever happens again. But that's my background, that's my feedback, and thank you so much for asking the question you did. Hope you have a wonderful evening.